Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, November 21st, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right now, you'll see the ES within a range here at these highs. At the moment, narrow range heading into the RTH Open inside day, currently developing just 34 points of range and 39% of average range. On a one-day basis, if you look at the last several days here, this is a 7-day narrow range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. So we can expand this up to 7 days, and that'll give us an idea of the energy being built here within this range that could give us eventually a breakout and expansion move. 335 points, at least 268 to 335 points of potential range once we do get a breakout. Again, at the moment we continue to see strength within this current uptrending channel here, but a break to the downside would be right in line with how this market has played out for much of the year. We've seen these times where price will rally, form a narrow range, and then fail. Rally, form a narrow range at these highs, and fail. We're doing that again. Any failure through that 39.20 opens up a return back toward 3,700 down below. So we'll continue to watch that. But given it's a holiday shortened week, this week with the holiday on Thursday and then the market closes early on Friday, we could be looking at mostly range bound action that continues to build out this range throughout the week. Wednesday we do have economic data points coming out, so we do have things like core durable goods, we have initial jobless claims, new home sales, a bunch of data basically coming out Wednesday, but not much else aside from that. So it could be mostly range bound at the moment with an upward bias, but a failure to hold 39.20 opens up the downside. Let's take a look here at the NQ. Alright, the NQ here has also developed a narrow range here over the last 7 days. You can see it right here. 1,400 points could be about as far as this thing goes. 1,400 points when we do get a breakout move. 1,140 would be about average. So we're looking at north of 1,000 points here, potential movement. Again, we have this recent pivot low here, 11,500 or so, 11,540. Any break there could open up the lower end of the range back toward 10.6, 10.7 down below. So again, looking for price to hold above this level, and if it fails, it rotates right back to the bottom of this range. So we have this range that's been developing from here to here, and there's this point. We could be looking at expansion to the downside. That would be about 11.5, and this right here to 10.5 would be 1,000 points from that perspective right there alone. So again, looking at least 1,000 points and as much as 1,400 points of expansion once we get that move. Again, keep an eye on this lower edge here. About 11,500 will be that pivot. If we take a look at crude oil, right now crude oil giving up that 85 level. We talked about 85 being important and how this thing had been compressing to a point around that level. We knew that if we got above 95, it opened up some upside. If it failed at 85, then it opened up the downside towards 75s. So we're working our way down toward that 75 right now. We've remained in a downtrend on multiple trend lines here across those highs, and we've now given up some support. Looking for this market right now to work its way down toward that key range low right there. That low is 76.25. That's going to be the low to go watch for a retest. Ideally, price will push through that low, find an inability to go lower, and then reject that low and come back up the range. So that's what we're looking for there, is for some push through 75s, perhaps as low as 73.5, 74, and then if we can pop back above 75s, it opens up a 10-handle rally back toward 85 up above. So that's the path forward that we're using here for crude oil. If we take a look at gold futures, gold right now down about 0.5%. This one had a tremendous squeeze here recently. Bit of a squat bar here inside day and has now started to pull back. We mentioned that a retest at 1738.5 would be very important, and that's what we're doing right this moment. 1738.5 is the FOMC key level from July 27th, and you can see it's been a key pivot since then. It's also the key range high here. That key range high of this impulsive rally went right to that level. You can see right now retesting that zone. To hold that level would suggest a return back up to these recent pivot highs, perhaps even into 1800 up above. If it fails to hold that pivot, then you start to work your way down to 1680 yet again. So that's going to be the key edge to watch here early this week. Lastly, taking a look at ETH futures. Ethereum here down 6% out of this range. You can see again that was a great impulsive sell-off here, but not enough juice to get us to the midpoint of that impulse move, so we still don't have a key range. Instead, this narrow range and gapping down here after the weekend, sitting right on that 1100 edge right now. Big time level right there. If it can hold that zone, perhaps it can bounce back up toward that 1355, maybe a bit higher, but right now teetering on the edge here. 1100 is Ethereum. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.